So we played quite a bit of Elden Ring yesterday, and really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Really, probably actually, possibly had the most fun playing Elden Ring yesterday that I've had ever. Possibly. I know I was complaining here and there, as I do, but I was enjoying the game more than I was complaining, for sure. Played a lot, and got a lot done. Got a lot accomplished. I always forget his name. The really big guy. I got him. Well, that's not very descriptive, right? There's a lot of this. The guy that's like by himself in Caelid, like in that open area. Like by himself. There's like nothing else there. Could teleport from the island. Oh man. So anyway, we get some food. Anybody that liked Skyrim, I know how difficult Elden Ring feels at times, but just remember, like, when Skyrim first came out, too, the learning curve for Skyrim. Because, like, when that first came out, there was a learning curve for that, too, because, like, it was, I mean, like, we didn't do anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, at least on that scale, I always compared it to Fallout 3 because, like, again, it was like essentially like one of those games that was coming out around that time where things were starting to, first become, these big open first-person games that you can actually play as the character instead of just like looking down on, side scroller or something like that, and so I'm talking like, because we even, like, obviously back on PlayStation, back like a long time ago, we had like third-person games with them like really pixelated and stuff. I'm talking about like an immersive, first-person, you're the character adventure, That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stuff like that, where it's that immersive, and that type of gameplay. That's actually kind of what Cyberpunk 2077, I think, tried to do too. That they did successfully, in my opinion, is sort of have that feel, where it's an open world. There's all these things you can do. You're not necessarily restricted to anything, except once in a while when you choose certain paths and then you get stuck doing it for a bit. But the game usually warns you, and that's exactly the point. And Fallout 3, same thing. That's Fallout 3. You guys a while back asked me my favorite game, and I sort of just quickly said, the Metal Gear Solid series, which that's definitely up there. But I don't know, like I said, there's definitely like a series of games that are like my top games, and it's definitely those games. That's what I meant when I said like RPGs and stuff, when I just generalized it, because that was sort of kind of what I meant, was that style. So even like shooters that are also like RPGs, you know, looter shooters and stuff. Which is, I guess, what the genre ended up becoming, because there's, like, how many games like, you know, like that are there now? And, you know, Borderlands 2. I love the Borderlands franchise too. Like, there's just a lot of games over the years. Now, I mean, again, aside from the Blizzard games, aside from like WoW, and, you know, Warcraft 3 and all that, like those were like always my favorite. And then, you know, if we're, you know, talking about like going way back, you know, like one of my favorite games too, as I always say, is Mario 3. So, you know, I have a lot of games that I consider like my top games, but like, is it my top game for today's standard? Well, no, of course not. Like, games are, you know what I mean? Like, games are, you know, way different now, way bigger, way bigger scale, and just more into it. It's just a different element altogether, but that's why, like I say, like during different time periods, I do have these favorite games, and it's really hard for me to just say like, well, this is my favorite ever. So that's why, like, right now, I'm sort of having a dilemma where like Elden Ring is like kind of taking over, and like I'm truthfully liking it so much that you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard not to consider it, you know, up there with the rest that are like, you know, my top, you know, games. Yeah, Fallout 3. And like I said, Metal Gear Solid, and like that whole franchise, really. I like the second one too, but Snake Eater for sure. Snake Eater, I loved it. And you know, 4, played the crap out of 4 on PS3. And then, well, I had to borrow it from a friend, and I just played a ton. And then 5 was awesome too. And so I did spend a lot of. I played the most was the first one. I beat that one so many freaking times. So that was the one I actually played the most. Snake Eater I beat a couple of times through. I think twice. The first game I beat that like 4 or 5 times through, like originally. And it was like, again, to get those items that you had to get each time you would beat a 3, you have to choose a different option or do something different to get a certain item or something like that, if I recall. And I think, like, isn't there like a choice between Meryl and Otacon or something like that? Or I don't remember, but I just remember stealth camo, bandana, yada yada yada. You guys get the picture. So that was why I did the first one so many times. And I remember with Fallout 3, I played that so freaking much because there was nothing else like it at the time, where like I just felt like it was that big. Aside from Halo, and I was already like played out with Halo, and then so, like, you know what I mean, like Halo had pretty big maps. It felt pretty big, but yeah, like there was nothing else like it, so I just poured all that time into it because, you know, it was big and you could. There was just so much to do. And I also had a friend that used to come over and played a lot too. Like there definitely was like certain games that I played with certain friends over the years too, and that would dictate like how long I would spend on certain games too, for sure. I mean, definitely why I gravitated towards World of Warcraft a while back too, but Yeah, I've always played. The reason I started with Hearthstone, as you guys know, is because I always played Magic the Gathering growing up, and so I just sort of kind of started playing it when it first came out. I actually played that in beta and loved it. You know, it was part of the test, and I loved it, and followed it the whole way until it became broken. And so I just don't play it as much anymore. But it makes it feel really good. This car systems are trash when it rains. All right. I forget what this one's called now. Oh, Electric Wave. It says it right on there. I don't know if it said it before. Electric Wave. So we got a drink here. We got an Electric Wave. I wanted to try this one. Again with the caffeine. This is the 32 ounce. That's good. Wow. That's really good. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be refreshing. Oh, refreshing. Alright. Off with the reveal. That's pretty good, actually. Oh, here. Top bun's a little dry. It's not their fault. Should be a plastic container. Not cardboard one. This shouldn't be a cardboard container. It's 365. This is really good though. The panini's really good too. Oh, it's in an Italian panini. It's good to see you, man. Well, Italian panini. Again, just this piece is hard. This one's not. So that's the box. Because it was in the box, it dried out. Let's see, the card is raw. That was it. Thanks. That's cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You're at the salon. Oh yeah, it's 7 for you. It's 10:30 for me. So the sauce is garlic aioli, apparently. Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't yet, because I didn't get it cut yet. But once I get it cut, yes, I will probably. But it's only to lighten it. I bleach it once in a while to keep it the same color, because my hair was always really light, like light blonde. So I just bleach it to keep it the same original color it was. And then when, once that starts to kind of die down a little bit, I just lighten it again. Once in a while. But it does not like super often. Yeah, I was natural. Well, yeah, natural blonde for sure. Yeah, on my head. Yeah, my facial hair was always like really kind of red, but my hair is blonde for sure, naturally. I just I don't. Very few people, when they age, retain their blonde hair. Very few people. No, your hair changes. Your hair darkens. Or in Steve Martin's case, turns white. It just goes the other way when you're in your 30s. They're doing a good job. Who is? I color my hair. Nobody does that. I do that. I did it when it was blue a while back too. It wasn't blue very long though. It really turned green pretty quick. It was like this. That's funny. Yeah. I have other friends that, my one friend, he's got black hair. He's Italian, he's got black hair, and he starts getting white hairs and stuff, so he just dyes his hair. Keeps you looking younger, makes you feel younger, makes you feel better. Why not, right? But it's the same thing. He just does it once in a while, like every 6 months or so. Or they come back all the time to keep it blonde. Yeah. I just, that's why I've been keeping my hair short, is like, it's easier to maintain, but then also it's just, I gotta be honest with you, washing this is such a pain. Like, once your hair gets to a certain length, like, you're just more shampoo, more water, more time. For sure. I was really glad to have you in the Elden Ring stream, man. You got a lot done. I beat a crazy boss last night. I don't know if you saw that. I know I feel like at some point you like fell asleep or something, but yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, it was definitely a good stream last night. Good streams. So the first one I did, so to explain it a little bit, the first one I did yesterday, I'm not talking about the vertical stream, I'm talking about like the normal one. The first one I did, the colors were all weird, right? The whole point was that I did that, I was trying to, so if you guys remember when I tried to do HDR with Elden Ring, it for some reason put a gray overlay on the screen, and I'm not really sure why, but the answer is basically Windows. Windows can't handle it for some reason. And so that first one that I did last night, that was me forcing HDR, where the colors were like kind of weird and stuff like that. So on certain devices, when you watch it, if your device in your screen can support HDR, it should look correct. But I think for most people, that stream is going to look funky. If you watch it on your phone, and most of the time your phones have that type of support, so it'll look correct. But if you have a TV or something that's kind of older, or an older monitor that doesn't support HDR, the colors may look a little funky on that one. But then I switched it back to normal on that last one I did. Yeah, I was just making it do HDR anyway. Not the game. Windows. So yeah, that's why the colors were funky, if you happen to notice that. I think the most noticeable thing right away is just that the shield, the jelly shield was like super blue and glowy on the one, and then the other it's basically not. So yeah, with basically, and that's what I talk about too with even with like frequency range, talking with like headphones and stuff like that. That's a really good visual representation of a perfect example of what frequency range does. Just allowing more colors, high dynamic range, just simply allowing a higher range of colors. It's the same thing as having a headset like my Sennheiser that allows a wider range of frequencies. That's the difference. That's why you don't want that's why you don't want these companies that just slap their name on something, and then you look up the frequency range and it's the same as a Sony for the same price or something like that. You're like, no. You gotta really be careful with that stuff, with the frequency range, and that's the point. That's what you're paying for. So, yeah, the HDR, you really do notice that those, and like I said, if you have a device that doesn't support it, yeah, it's gonna look weird, but YouTube's compression makes it look a little bit weird too. It's a little bit oversaturated on YouTube's compression, but it's not too bad. It's not. YouTube supports HDR actually, but only in 4K, I think. So since it's not 4K, it's sort of kind of not really. Hard rock. I think I'm gonna have to take the other piece of bread off because it's inedible. It's literally hard as a rock. Shadow ban on who? You know what shadow ban is? So, like officially a shadow ban refers to something specific. You may be talking about something else. So like, what do you mean? Do you mean like it feels like your channel is restricted? trash Brad, yeah. Because in my interpretation of shadow ban is essentially that you go onto another channel, you never really had any interaction with this channel or anything like that. Okay. YouTube hiding the content. Okay. Yeah, that's I've been dealing with that for a long time. It's YouTube puts account restrictions on people on a merit-based system that they at any given time just randomly decide, oh, this guy's unhinged or this guy's this, so we're going to restrict it. We're going to restrict this, or we're going to restrict this, or we're going to restrict this. Meanwhile, they don't communicate with you or anything like that and tell you kind of what they're doing. So yes, they do. Yes. Yeah, shadow ban, is that what people are using the term for? They're using it for that? Because my understanding of shadow ban originally was just that basically, like, you don't really have any interaction with the channel. Like, it's sort of like people that start going around noticing that other channels have banned them, but they didn't really have any interaction with them. Like, you're just a problem. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just sort of kind of, like, start to notice that, like, this person, like, is banned in this chat or something like that, or banned here, or banned here, or banned here. And they just didn't say anything about it. They just did it. Didn't tell anybody, they just banned you. That was always my understanding of shadow ban, because that was how they used it back in the old days. But I get it. Like, people are talking about, like, YouTube shadow banning and stuff like that. So yeah, YouTube shadow banning, I could see that meaning that for sure. But yeah, like, account restrictions is really what it is they're basically typing a line of code in there to break this feature on your account. Just like, all right, so 365, you know, I just did a short, I think yesterday even, just talking about they broke my clip feature again. You know how, like, I've been able to, like, cut, like, the beginning of my streams off once in a while. And I've been able to do it for a while. I've done this before. But remember, I've said it was broken before too. So they broke it again. And it's as simple as the button at the top in the editor should say save instead of save as new. It's literally that. It's literally just them changing that button to save as new instead of save. So thus I don't have the option to literally just save the current stream to a new clipped version, a new edited version, instead of re-uploading for the thing to reprocess and go through this whole fucking... No. I don't want to re-upload the stream as a new copy. I want to clip. So again, they did that to me, and that was what that short was about. That I made that last short about. That was what that was about. So yeah, it's been happening to me for a long time, and that's a recurring one that they keep doing to me. You know when it happens? It happens because somebody's been tricking YouTube's system, and they don't want to be liable. So, at least for me, I don't know about you. I'm just saying this flat out. This is what happened for me, because I got a copyright. Not we're not talking about a strike. They get copyrights all the time. Like anybody, by the way, just like if we say copyright, like we got a copyright, just so you know, it's usually not a strike on our channel. Like a creator says we get a copyright. It's usually, they're not usually talking about a strike. They're usually just talking about like, you know, they got like a thing where like it's restricted or something like that, and now all of the monetization on that video is going to go to the person, where this little tiny audio segment in the stream, because that played, now every monetization for that stream goes to that person. So basically that's what's been happening. And I got a copyright for a freaking Elden Ring song because I had a starting soon screen that was again sitting on the the main menu in Elden Ring, and it was playing the music, and I got a copyright on a stream where I was playing Elden Ring for that music. And I was like, yeah, somebody's doing that on purpose. So I started realizing that there's a lot of trolls out there that got screwed with. They had channels like this guy that's screwing with me. Probably had channels previously, had them really messed up. People know who they are. Now they're trying to hide, basically, because they messed up, they screwed up, thinking they could do all these things they couldn't do. Got banned, got blocked, got taken down, and now they keep trying to come back, but people are trying to like slowly figure out who they are. That's all. So I think that there's a lot of these trolls that like sort of sit on the platform and try to you know, slowly report people, and like that are doing the right things and do, you know, succeed and stuff like that. Every salon stream gets copyrighted hardcore for the salon music. Yeah. For that, well, that I understand. Yeah, like, yeah. Not a whole lot they can do about that. Yeah. Now, there has been times in the past where the YouTube thing to remove the audio or mute it or whatever didn't work. So that's annoying. If YouTube systems would always work to mute the thing or whatever, or do something about it, then that would be fine. But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't work. I'd say 70 to 80% of the time. Like this bread. Maybe I'll just try to eat the center of it. Okay. Well, if the music is somewhere on YouTube, you're okay. Like, you're fine. Just realize that any monetization from those streams goes to that copyright owner of the music. Just realize that. And any other copyright owners on there, I think it's split. I think they divide it, subdivide it. Because, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like why the underhanded thing where they take my little button away to save as new instead of save, when conveniently I'm playing songs at the beginning of the streams, and I would clip that out, so they take it away. What the fuck? Why would you do that? That's really messed up. It is really messed up. Yeah, because they know flat out I'm not doing it to breach a copyright. I'm doing it to play music on the starting soon fucking screen. Like, come on. You don't care about monetization. Just make the algorithm mad or something. Yeah, I mean, no. Algorithm likes music. It's more about the fact that you have to realize that they want you to use the music that is in that database that they have, the sample stuff. You guys know you have that, right? Did you know you have that? You know you have that, right? 365? You got like sounds and stuff and music. Did you know that? And you can just download them and use them. Did you know that? That's how I get the sample music half the time. And there's like little sounds and stuff in there. So if you go into your YouTube studio. Oh no, yeah, I'm not saying, yeah, like obviously I'm not saying for like, yeah, I'm not saying for your situation now. Like obviously that's not gonna fix the stuff with the copyrights at the salon. I'm just saying, like, did you know that? That's all. Like a lot of people don't know that all that's in there. You mute all audio. Yep. You could re-upload and mute all audio. That's what you could do. Like if there was one thing you could do, that's what you could do. If that's how you wanted to handle it, that would be one way to handle it. All right, client's there. All right, sounds good. Well, hopefully at least that's, you know, some sort of alternative route, you know. Have a good one, man. Good luck with the client. Hope they tip what you deserve. So I have a little bit of a dessert thing. I didn't really even have that much of a meal, to be honest with you. The panini was good, but I was disappointed with that bread. And again, it's not their fault. The food's always good at this one. That was good. It's the container. You can't put bread in a cardboard box. Are you kidding me? If it wasn't toasted, it would be fine. But again, like, they toasted it. It's a panini. So like the bread's toasted, they put it in there. Yeah, you already take a lot of the moisture out toasting it. Now you put it in a cardboard box. Yeah, that one on top's gonna get super dry, just sitting right on top. Because of course the one on the bottom was fine, because that's, you know, on the bottom, there's no air getting to it, you know. It's a cardboard box. Yeah, they just need a little, like the same length as those, but a plastic container with, you know, a lid. That's all you need for those paninis. Or just get a little bit of a smaller container. I know they don't come like this a lot of times, or they're expensive like this. So get a little bit of one of those smaller ones, and then when they put the paninis in, because they're cut in half, all they got to do is take the two halves, and instead of laying them flat, sandwich them slightly together and catty corner them. It would actually look kind of nice, and I'll bet less air would get on the bread, and I'll bet the bread would never be soggy because it's sitting like this and never against anything. I'll bet you'd sell more paninis. Anyway, this is really good. Man, I appreciate the fact that they take care of me here, because this is really good. So thank you for the drink today, and I'm gonna, again, a little bit of a dessert here. Is my nothing too huge or anything, just who doesn't love Reese's peanut butter eggs? Who doesn't? And if you don't, what's wrong with you? Look at that. Look at that. There's just something about the eggs. I know what it is. Do you really want me to tell you what it is? I can tell you. I'm gonna spoil it. You're gonna be like, oh, it's the eggs, man. They're so good. There's just something about them. You're gonna get them every time. I can spoil it. I can tell you what it is. You know? Gordon would tell you, be able to tell you. Almost any chef would probably be able to tell you too. It's sort of just common sense stuff to probably a chef that most people wouldn't think about just looking at it. Do you know why you like the eggs more? I'll tell you if you want. Want me to ruin it? If you don't want me to, I mean, it wouldn't be ruining it. It would just be telling you the mystery, why you like them so much. It actually isn't flavor. There's nothing. It's exactly the same except for one thing, the obvious thing. Why is the shape? Why does the shape change the flavor? Why does the shape change? Do you know why? I'll tell you why. It's the same reason. It's the same reason why somebody would eat a Reese's peanut butter cup versus a Hershey's bar. It's the same reason. Why? The exact reason that somebody would eat a Reese's versus a Hershey bar. It's the exact reason. And why they sell way more of these than they probably even do the Reese's cups. And why the big cups sell better. And not because they're bigger. It's the same reason. You want me to tell you? This doesn't have any corners on it. There's no thick pieces of chocolate somebody's biting into. The person that eats this is somebody that wants peanut butter with a little bit of chocolate, and not the other way around. It's smooth, it's creamy. You don't have to sit here and bite down on a hard piece of chocolate. Flat out, a Reese's cup has edged corners. It has bits of chocolate that you have to crunch down on a little bit. Just a little bit, but it does. The big cups, not so much, because there's more peanut butter per chocolate ratio. These, nothing. It's literally just the same thing all the way around, and it's nice and uniform. That's why you like it. Because again, the types of people that would again sit here and eat a Reese's peanut butter cup is not the same type of person that's gonna sit up and pick up a solid chocolate bar. Just a solid chocolate bar. They're not. They're two different people. Probably. Most likely. That's one. Now, I'm given like these expensive tips to these companies that would never pay me. They would like, no, you're not gonna help us. You're not gonna give us. And meanwhile, they're taking the tips and running with them. They know they are. Over the years, they have flat out. Some of these companies have definitely. There's been a few things that I could point out that conveniently changed after I said should change exactly this way. And then they're like, "This is a really good idea," and they did it. It's understanding people. It's about understanding people. That's it. It's just understanding people. So why am I not Mr. Beast? Because I'm the opposite. He gives you everything in a pretty package. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, it's all very prepared, very put together, and it's a show. It's for your entertainment. And it's basically not real. You know, a lot of it's not genuine. A lot of it's like start-stop stuff, where he just picks it. When somebody wins, he just picks a different one or something like that. You know, and like a lot of it's very specific. You know, like he starts it with a smile. He's always smiling and stuff, and that's great. You know, that's what he does. That's fine. You know, that's his brand. But you know, the point is, a lot of what I do here is pointing out, you know, sort of kind of pointing out what's wrong, and you know, this ruffles feathers. People don't like that because, you know, maybe they like that thing or something. They don't see anything wrong with it, and then you're pointing it out, and then other people start to see, but then some other people won't. Some other people still won't, and it is a matter of opinion with certain things. With certain things, though, it's generational changes that people don't want to accept that they should. This is the issue. The issue is that if you don't adapt and evolve and change, history will continue to repeat itself. So that's why history repeats itself with certain things and not others, because of people doing that. You know, it's actually sort of warm today. Sort of. Sort of. Maybe I'll take that trip to that 2-story Barnes & Noble I've been wanting to go to. I don't know that they'll let me take you guys inside there, but I want to go. I really want to go to this. I like Barnes & Noble. I really do. It's sad. It's sad that like their shutting stores down and stuff because people aren't reading anymore. People aren't even playing board games anymore. They sell awesome board games too. I'm trying to think. So where do I need to go? Where do I need to go? Which way do I need to go? I had to think for a second. Just talking to you guys the whole time. I had made a decision to do something different, so yeah, I had to think. Anybody read? See, I actually do read, but I'd be far more likely to read a book that's informational, that helps me understand something, than I would a narrative. Narratives, I'm very visual. I want to see it, like a movie or something. I love movies. But it's not to say that I don't read novels and stuff. I have over the years, but very few. A couple of the Harry Potter books, actually, I did sit down and read because it was hard to stop. Originally I didn't, but I did eventually. And then a lot of the dummies and complete idiot guides and stuff, that's, believe it or not, that's a lot of why, like, stuff like that is me, where a lot of my useless random information comes from, is the amount of time that I would walk around in the mall, and then I would take a stop in the bookstore and just pick up, they'd have a shelf just full of books. I just pull them off and look, these really, really interesting ones, and I just sit there and read it, because they back in the old days, they actually didn't mind if you did that. This guy could have turned, but he didn't. Being an asshole on purpose. Alright, so yeah, like that would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome. To just like just browse around with some books again. Been able to do that for a while. It's just been cold, man. And they closed down, I think they closed down our Barnes & Noble in Lancaster, right? I think they did, didn't they? Maybe they did. But this other Barnes & Noble is 2 floors, and it's awesome. I was in there, actually, I went in there, if you guys remember, I went in there, we actually did a stream before, and I showed you guys the store, but I'm not going to take you guys to the store with me. If you guys realize that you really can't do that, the store's just going to kick you out a lot of the time if you're streaming in like a store or something like that. I don't think they'll really care if, like, let's say you're like, for example, if you're in the store and you're streaming, but you put your phone like in the shopping cart, it's just like either staring up at the ceiling or staring at nothingness. I think then you're pretty safe. Like, I don't think they care about that. The point is, they don't want you walking around the store like filming people. Like, that's exactly what they don't want you to do. It has a lot more to do with that. Basically, like, if a customer, like, their face shows up or something, basically all they would have to do is go back on the store and be like, well, that person filmed me on your store. I'm not holding you responsible for that. So like that's what you got to rationalize, that if they can, they will. Yeah. Well, that's kind of the point. Which is the point behind a lot of the stuff that I tell YouTube too. Like, you know, if they can, they will. Like essentially, you know, like, why would you break all these features for people and then just not communicate? Well, this is why we took your feature and we took it for this amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't tell them, you just do it. Never mind the legal sense of that. That's like legal nonsense, actually. I can't believe their lawyers would actually go along with that, to be honest with you. That business model is terrible. That is awful. It's inconsistency. Ooh, we got a Coke truck here. And he made it. Barely. Coke truck, right there. Cool. I'm gonna let this guy out because I'm a nice person. Come on, dude. I'm gonna let you out. He was very grateful for that because he would have sat in a line of cars. He really would have sat in a line of cars for probably a little bit. I've sat there before and nobody was letting me out. Yeah, you can sit there for a while because like it's a traffic light and then the cars just pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. And so yeah, you just have to. Just so that you guys know, I don't interact with chat when I'm driving. So I appreciate everybody that would be watching or chatting or whatever. But just to let you know, I can't interact with chat when I'm driving and stuff. So I just want you guys to know that. Because you know, I mean, like I should be paying attention to the road. Now I'll talk. But I don't want to be like looking at chat and stuff. So yeah, like I'll just talk a bit, talk to you guys. Again, I'm not gonna be like looking at chat. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. We'll be. I guess I can put that into the bot moderation purposes, but I genuinely try to remember to say that when I do these, so you guys know, because that's really what it is like, again, it's more you know, of it being a distraction. I gotta be able to pay attention to it. But I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. I'll get you guys on the road. How's that sound? It's a cloudy day, but it is warming up. I'm actually surprised because if you guys remember, it was pretty cold the past few days. Right now, it's actually it's 43 degrees. It's not so bad. It's a nice, decent 43 degrees. And I know that doesn't sound warm, it's really not, but it's not bad for winter. I'll take it on a nice cloudy day like this. Yeah, it feels kind of warm actually for what it has been. So that's why I'm taking the drive here, because it's just truthfully, like, if it's in the teens, man, and it's been like 20s, teens and 20s here and there. So I just want to play some games, man. I just want to stay and play video games when it's like cold. I think a lot of people do. I mean, I like doing stuff. I love doing stuff outside. You guys know me. You guys know. I love doing stuff outside. I can't wait to start doing martial arts outside again, too. Doing that again with you guys. But, again, like, you guys remember, I gotta, have a bike. Like, all that stuff that I plan to do, like, that's still there. I'm still planning to do it. I just, hasn't been warm. I'm looking forward to the bike so much. Again, I only had a chance to do that one time after I got it, because it hasn't really been warm. And I shouldn't have even done it then. That's probably why I arguably got a little bit sick after that, because it was a little bit raining that day that I did that. But I didn't do it for this guy, I don't know if he's just not paying attention or what, but he is like not maintaining speed whatsoever. I mean, that's okay. It's not that big a deal. Just stating that, like, if it seems like I'm speeding up and slowing down, it's because of the guy in front of me. He keeps speeding up to like, he speeds up to like 47, 48 miles an hour. And then he slows down to like, well, no, sometimes it'll speed, it's like almost like 50, 51. And then he slows down to like 44, like 43, 44. This is like way down. And he speeds up again. Like it's basically the same thing. Yeah, now it's, yep, 50, yep. That's fine. Use your cruise control, man. Can't maintain speed, use your cruise control, man. It's not that hard. I had to, get told about that too. Like, it's like the sort of thing where, like, sometimes you just don't think. You just start getting talking and you speed up, you slow down. So you just gotta use your cruise control. He is way speeding up now. Now he's way speeding up. I'm not going that fast. Now he really sped up. He like towed off. He was probably like doing something in his car. He's probably a guy that normally drives like really fast. He's probably like filming something that whole time. That's probably why he was doing that. And only just now he started paying attention. It's probably true though. They're out. It's past the state police. the state police officers. So they are out. They're out. Watch out, buddy. Drive so fast. You know what I can't stop thinking about now that I've been playing Elden Ring? Like in the back of my mind. Gran Turismo 7. I really can't. I know like you guys are probably like thinking that like I don't care. I really actually do. I know you probably think I don't, but I really do. I really do. I was actually starting to finally understand the driving mechanics of the new one too. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when that gets back put back on the docket. There's actually some things I should be getting to that I need to get to, even other than Elden Ring, that I need to be covering, and I have to do it soon, actually. So that I gotta do, and there's actually a couple of things like that I have to cover that we'll be talking about soon. So yeah, we gotta do that, but it needs to be done. We gotta do it, and so that's like that's the point, guys. With me, I love games. I love all different games and playing different types of games and talking about them, and so you really will see me just play so many different genres, pretty much everything. So that's why I know some people will just have like one game and that's it. Like I do have a main thing, that we typically follow, and like that's our main game for the time being, and then we resort to that. That's our regularly scheduled programming I keep talking about. We resort to that for a little bit, and then we sort of kind of go back to the other stuff for a little while, then resort back. The point is that we spend more time doing, the main game and pouring more time into that, because that's the main one, But then we kind of like dance around, like we try different things, here and there, just trying it so we can talk about it at least, and then I give you guys those updates, we get, get driving, we get some food, we hang out, and then, I tell you guys about, the updates, like how I liked the game, or, didn't like the game, or, what else we're working on and playing, or I do a coffee stream, and we talk about it then. Like the point is, this is what we do. We play the games, we talk about them, we play them, and we talk about them. So I'm that guy. I don't really look anything up. A lot of these pro streamers, big streamers and stuff, they actually spend a lot of time doing their homework. They'll watch boss battles before the stream, making sure they're ready for it so they don't look stupid. Like really, a lot of them do practice what they're doing. They're very practiced at what they do. Some of them even script their streams. I don't think that most of them do that. I'll be honest with you. I actually don't think that most of them do that. I think it would be completely absurd to think that, actually, too. I think there's a general outline for each stream and a theme that, like something that they're doing, and that's essentially what becomes the script, but there is no real like line for line sort of thing, unless you're doing a sponsored stream. You put a lot of money into it, there's a lot of money involved, then you're gonna probably do that. Then you're gonna really take the time to make sure that your words are exactly the way you want them to be, and that makes sense. Yeah, anyway, what you get with me is, basically a streamer that doesn't do that. I do not sit there and I look stuff up a million times or look up boss battles. I will often have the slightest freaking clue how to do something, and just go right into it, winging it, trying to figure it out. And the crazy thing is, I'm doing this with Elden Ring. Now, granted, yeah, like, obviously I had a friend that played the game and stuff like that. So for a while there, I was able to talk to him about stuff, but truthfully, Elden Ring was actually the game where I figured a lot of it out myself. I didn't get a lot of help with that one. Dark Souls 3, I got a lot more help with. Elden Ring was the game where I figured out a lot of it myself and actually didn't get a lot of help with it. And this time through, I'm getting absolutely none. And I've never actually beaten the game before. So, you know, honestly, a lot of this really is just me figuring it out. So, yeah, you can gauge, you know, how well the game, you know, does with, you know, teaching you how to play it and learning how to play it and you know, how good of a game it is, essentially, from a new player standpoint. You know, by watching me play it. And that's a lot of what I do, essentially, is trying to, you know, show you guys that is how easy it is the game to play, understand, and go into from somebody that wouldn't know anything about it, have no clue. You just pick it up, try it out, see if it's any good. And that's what you get with me, you know. And that's why a lot of the time, yeah, I might start complaining about stuff, like, vocally, instead of just, like, getting, you know, just, like, keeping it to myself, is to, like, voice those complaints, for anybody that would find those, you know, because you do have those streamers that rage about everything. So the point is to once in a while at least try to be a voice for the other side, where there is this trolling nature that wants people to understand that everything's kind of crap lately. And you have to be reasonable and understand that side of things, because that's why there has been this uproar of such a toxic nature of people wanting to cancel stuff, because the point is they do actually see just a huge amount of things coming out subpar that didn't deserve to even exist. Didn't deserve it. You know, like, basically the actor's time was wasted, you know, stuff like that, you know. And there's a lot of stuff like that. You know, one of the best examples of the biggest waste of talent that I have seen in modern history is what the producers did with Justice League, with Batman vs. Superman, with the continuation of Man of Steel. Man of Steel was a good movie. Man of Steel was a great starting point. And it was all downhill from there. They didn't even go uphill at all. It was just downhill. And they never met Man of Steel halfway and actually did what it could do. And when you waste, like there's so much talent in just Henry Cavill himself, and then, like, you just waste Jason Momoa, you know, Gal Gadot, all these people that are just top notch. Even with the drama of Ezra Miller, there's no denying he was a great actor. There's no denying that. Like, he's still what? Like, we all saw it, obviously. So, like, I just don't understand when you had such a dream team, the perfect, and Ben Affleck too. Somebody that nobody wanted. Remember how everybody made fun of it? They called him Batfleck. Nobody wanted this initially. Everyone made fun of it. I said give him a chance, by the way. But everybody made fun of it. And then all of a sudden, when everybody saw it, remember when everybody suddenly saw the footage of Batfleck and the cowl? Suddenly everybody shut up. Yeah, nobody talked shit after that. Even the pre-footage before the movie came out, as soon as they saw him in the cowl, nobody said anything after that. Yeah, so the point is, people talk shit, they don't know what they have, and you have these producers, these assholes, that jump onto movies like that and insult good actors like Henry Cavill that played Superman infinitely better than anybody else except Christopher Reeve. And not that the other actors didn't play him well, not that Tom Welling didn't play him well, or Dean Cain, or any of the other guys over the years that have played him. Not that these guys didn't play him well, but Henry Cavill was just so fucking good. He was irreplaceable. It's kind of like when you don't understand that he is the Witcher. It's kind of like when you don't understand that Henry Cavill is the Witcher. You don't listen to what the king of the nerds, is telling you to do with one of the nerdiest shows on TV. And so therefore, eventually he gets tired of you making poor decisions and not listening to what he wanted to do with the show. One of the biggest fans of it. And so he walks away from it. And, the point is, you don't realize that he was driving. He was saving it. This is the exact point. And then shortly after that was when the writer's strike happened, right? Wasn't that the writer's strike? Yeah, so you need to put two and two together. You need to start recognizing and seeing what's going on. The divide's even happening in Hollywood, where people are just starting to reject other people. Where basically, it's basically, there's a ton of people in Hollywood that are super talented, writers, actors of all kinds, and they're being stepped on constantly, even though they're super talented, and these producers and production companies make a shitload of money off these people. They're being stepped on. And that was the whole point. That was literally the whole point. And the point was, enough of them go on strike, they're going to have to eventually listen. And yeah, that's the point. They eventually did. That's the point of the strike. It's gotten so bad that we're all done. We're all done unless you fix these things. That's what you do. And by the way, that's what unionization was built on. People, I don't know why people seem to think unions are a good thing. The whole point of unionization is those are people banding together, so that way they're keeping other people in check, making sure that they got each other, making sure that it's like a brotherhood that takes care of each other and makes sure that you're compensated, instead of the boss making sure you're not, and then he gets his raises but you don't. And it's like just that weird temperature. It's like at just that right temperature where like the stuff on the windshield's like just like sitting there. I can defrost it. I'm just trying not to like have it on unnecessarily long. This guy. There it is. Right. It's actually a good number of cars here, man. Maybe I'll get some coffee and just hang out. Just park. Just park right here. Yeah, this works. This works great. Yeah, there we are. ITX Gaming. ITX Gaming? Yes, ITX Gaming. How are you? I am great. Thanks for asking, ITX Gaming. Hope you're doing well yourself. Yeah, so I'm here now. I'm probably just gonna jump off here. So check out the Elden Ring streams from yesterday. Definitely check those out because you guys are gonna probably really enjoy that last one that I did. We definitely made some real progress with that last stream. Got the dragon on the bridge and the big one, and the big boss and Caleb, big dude, by himself there. All right, thanks guys again, and I'm gonna hit up Barnes and Noble here, so you know what I'm up to. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.